Hello and good afternoon, CSI135 Section 400 students. Today's lab is going to go over the in-class activities from last week, which would be November 13th, 2013 for the fall semester. As part of the in-class activities, you needed to create 3 scripts. Those scripts I'm going to go ahead and create here, and we're going to run those scripts. So the first script was called lmt.bash. And you needed to have the magic number at the top of your script followed by the absolute path name to the bash shell. You needed to have a file name, a purpose for the file, the author's name, and the date. And so this is the script for LMT, and it's simply the ls command with the -t option, and the $* will take in any and all command line arguments. If we have more than a screen full, we're going to pipe it to more. All right, so let's see how this works. So I've already done a chmod u+h on lmt.bash, so it's executable. So if I were to type in /lmt.bash, you'll see that it lists out the current working directory because, again, I didn't provide it any arguments. And just like the ls command, when run by itself, with no arguments, it assumes the current working directory. Now we also use the -t option. So if I take a look at the man page very quickly here, you can see that the -t says sort by modification time. And so we're going to be sorting by modification time every time we use our script. So what about if I do /lmt.bash, and let's take a look at the temp directory. So as you can see, it's sorting things by modification time, and when we have more than a screen full, it'll actually stop and keep it at one screen full at a time because we've piped it through the more command. Okay, so that was lmt.bash. Let me clear my screen. The second script you had to write was lmtf.bash. And so again, you needed the magic number at the top of your script followed by the absolute path name to the script. You needed to have the name of the script, name of the file, the purpose, author, and the date. And so again, this is going to provide us with a long listing here, and let me put this in for end of file. This is going to provide us with a long listing here, and it's going to be for files only. You'll notice that I'm doing a grep-v on a D that starts at the beginning of a line. So let's see if this works. Let's give it a try here. So if I type lmtf.bash, and let's see what happens. So sure enough, you can see that it lists out the files by modification time. So here we are, November 20th and the 13th, and then the 3rd, and October, September, all the way back into early 2013, April, February, and in 2012. And you can also see that it does not list out any of the directories because remember, if I did the command ls-lt by itself, we would see directories listed here. And remember, the grep command, when you use it with the -v option, means grep, it means match everything except what follows that -v. And so the $d signifies a D at the beginning of a line. And so again, lmtf.bash, there is the syntax for the script. And again, it does pipe it through more. Okay, finally, we needed to come up with a simple utility that would allow us to change the permissions on a list of files. So if I type in L, and we're going to take a look at some files here, so skell.tar and shell.bash. So let's take a look at these two files, and you can see as of right now, excuse me, the execute permission is not set for the group or for others on either of these files. And so if I take a look at our script here, you can see that it's simply going to run chmod and then a+x, which is going to add the execute permission for all users, right? So the owner, the group, and then everyone else. And it's going to take all file names as arguments. So let's see if this works. So first I'm going to test this on, let's see what we've got, this file that I have named Kyle. So if I were to type in checks.bash on Kyle, and then type L on Kyle, which is a alias for ls-l, and you can see here that now execute permissions are set for the owner, the group, and for everyone else on the file Kyle. Now for the final test, will it work if I provide multiple arguments? So I'll use shell.bash, we'll do skell.tar, and I'll throw one more in there. How about traceroute Star Wars? So I hit enter, no error messages. If I echo $question mark, whoops. If I echo $question mark, my exit status is 0. And then let's type L and let's see what we've got here. So traceroute Star Wars, now everyone has execute permission. Skell.tar and shell.bash. So again, these are 3 very useful utilities that you could, or shell scripts that you can create and use them as utilities. And let's take a look one more time, lmt.bash, and then I'm going to cat out lmtf.bash, and then I'm going to cat out checks.bash. Okay, so there are the 3 scripts, and you could use these to save yourself some time and also to limit what you're going to see in terms of the LMT and the LMT.f, or to speed up the rate at which you change permissions on a file or a number of files. Okay, I will see you all this evening, and have a great afternoon.